Hollywood has lied to you. You've seen the scene 1,000 times. The world ends and the survivors band together, building a cozy little village behind a chain-link fence. They smile, they share duties, they find comfort in the crowd. It looks like humanity rebuilding, but here at Victor's Logic we deal in reality, not fairy tales. And the reality is that a crowd isn't a community, it's a ticking time bomb. Give that group of 30 people 3 days, and half will be infected. Give them a week, and the internal politics will turn violent. Give them a month, and the only thing left will be a graveyard. If you want to survive, you need to understand the brutal mathematics of why isolation isn't just a strategy, it is the only variable that keeps you alive. Let's dismantle the illusion of safety in numbers. By looking at the logistics of consumption, a group of 30 isn't a defensive unit, it is a resource black hole. Do the math on water alone. The average human body requires 2 liters a day just to function. For 30 people you are looking at 60 liters, 15 gallons every single 24 hours. You aren't going to scoop 15 gallons out of a stagnant puddle. You can't purify that volume over a simple twig fire. You will spend every calorie you have hauling, boiling, and guarding water, running a deficit until your kidneys shut down. Now factor in hunger. 2,000 calories per person means your group requires 60,000 calories daily. That is not a rabbit trap, that is a full-grown buck, slaughtered and processed every single day. The moment you fail to bag that deer, the starvation clock starts ticking. The woods aren't a grocery store, and 30 mouths turn a forest into a wasteland overnight. Then there is the issue of your tactical footprint. I call this the beacon effect. One person can vanish into the underbrush. 30 people create a radius of chaos. They stomp, they cough, they cook, and they argue. In a silent world, the acoustic signature of a large group screams loot drop to anyone within miles. You think you have 30 guards. No, you have 30 liabilities. Smoke from a large fire climbs into the sky like a signal flare. The smell of 60,000 calories cooking travels downwind, inviting every desperate predator in the region to come take what you have. You cannot hide a mob. You can only wait for something bigger and meaner to find it. Solo, you are a ghost. You leave no trace, you create no patterns, and you offer no target, but the external threats pale in comparison to the internal biology. Let's look at the epidemiology of a campsite. When you cram 30 unwashed, stressed, and malnourished bodies into a confined perimeter, you are building a biological weapon. If patient 0 contracts something as simple as the flu, the reproduction rate, the Renault spikes immediately. In a house with running water, you isolate the sick. In a survival camp sharing canteens and latrines, the infection vector is a straight line to everyone. 1 cough becomes 5 fevers in 48 hours, 5 becomes 15. Suddenly your security detail is vomiting. Your hunters are bedridden and the stench of dysentery fills the air. You don't have an infirmary, you have a tent and a prayer. Solo sickness is a coin toss. In a group, it is a guaranteed domino effect. Now apply that same volatility to psychology. The probability of betrayal rises with every heartbeat you add to the roster. It's a simple, ugly calculation of human nature. In a pool of 30 strangers, what are the odds? That one is unstable, predatory, or willing to sell you out for an extra ration. It's a near statistical certainty. Civilization masks our darker impulses, but when the laws evaporate, people revert to base instincts. You cannot vet 30 psyches, you cannot watch 30 backs. Eventually desperation will rewrite their morality. A father will decide his child's hunger matters more than your life. A coward will open the gates to raiders to save their own skin. Why gamble your life on the stability of 29 wildcards? Even if everyone is a saint, you face the ecological scorch. This is the carrying capacity trap. A solo survivor is a part of the ecosystem. A large group is a plague of locusts. You will strip the bark off trees, kill every squirrel, and pull every root within a week. Once the land is dead, the group must migrate, burning massive amounts of energy to find a new spot to destroy. It is unsustainable. You become a wandering engine of destruction until the fuel runs out. Here is the only formula that works according to Victor's logic. The number is 2. 2 is the tactical sweet spot. 3 invites a vote, 4 creates factions. But a pair is a unit. You need exactly one person you trust with your life, someone to watch the perimeter while you sleep, someone to haul the other end of the stretcher. That is a partnership, not a society. 2 people can move silently through the brush. 2 people can subsist on small game without depleting the territory. If trust breaks down between two people you face it ayatoe, there is no mob to hide behind. The math is absolute. Large groups burn brighter, louder, and faster, collapsing under the weight of their own needs. The lone wolf or the tactical pair plays the long game. You stay lean, you stay quiet, and you stay self-sufficient, so the next time you imagine the apocalypse and picture a bustling camp with a roaring bonfire, recognize it for what it is, a mass grave in the making. When you see that smoke rising in the distance, do not head toward it. Check your supplies, signal your partner, and walk the other way. Survival isn't about how many friends you have, it's about how long you can keep your name off a tombstone.